Hey everyone, it's Jessica here with another layout for the Peartree Cutfiles design team. Today I'm using the Life is a Wild Ride. This is from the Pearscription files for September. So that is a monthly subscription that you can purchase on the website, and those files are automatically sent to you. So I have the Not Just for Boys Kit Club kit here from September as well. This is the intellectual kit, and I have just pulled out a couple of these pattern papers. I'm going to use this beautiful grid green background paper, and then I have matted my photos once with some smooth white and then another time with the pattern paper that's kind of like a newspaper design in that collection. And then I've cut my actual cut file out on my Cricut machine using some textured black cardstock, and that's one of my favorite things to use on cut files. And then I was just flipping through the other pattern paper designs in this kit. I couldn't find anything that I absolutely loved to back this with, so I end up actually pulling out a kit from one of the previous months. I think it's the August kit, but I can't remember for sure. I'm pretty sure it's August from the Not Just for Boys Kit Club. So I ended up pulling out this 49 and Market paper from that kit, and that's what I'm going to back my letters with because I just really wanted a different shade of green to go with all of the green in my photos. So I'm just going to apply some Nouveau Deluxe adhesive on the back of my cut file and then just glue it right down to my paper, and then I'm just going to trim out around the letters using some scissors here. I like to use some small ones because they're easier to work with. And then here's how I do the middles. I'm going to put my negative piece of the D into the middle of that letter, and then I apply my middle section there for the cutout part. And then I'm just using my X-Acto knife and a cutting mat to just cut out that middle part. And then here I'm doing the same for that little piece in the F as well. And that's how I trim that out. It's just super easy for me. And then I have actually just cut out a couple dies from my stash to make a little border that looks like a film strip on both sides of my photos here. And I just used some scrap pieces of the black cardstock that I had left over from the cut file from that. And then I've pulled out my new Stampers Anonymous stamp set that I just got in the mail. And this is a pretty big stamp, but it's a really grungy stamp and I absolutely love it. So I don't have a stamp block that's this big. And sometimes I use my little container because it is clear, but I can't see where I'm stamping when I use that. So I'm not using any stamp block for this. It's distressed. I'm just using my hands just to apply a little bit of pressure. I do have my foam mat underneath here just so that it helps with the pressure and I can kind of squish it down and it applies a nice bit of pressure for me. So it's a grungier stamp. It doesn't have to be perfect, and I just love how that turns out and looks. I just wanted to add a little bit of grunge to this layout because this is my little guy and he was out roaming around at one of the tractor shows we go to throughout the year, and it has all these antique tractors and he just loves it. And this one is his favorite and our favorite because this is an Oliver Klee tractor, and his name is actually Oliver Cleland. So that's kind of another way that he got his name, but Cleland is actually a family name, but it's just kind of coincidental that it's one of our favorite tractors as well. So we've got these little border pieces going down now. I'm just going to glue these down quick with some of that Nouveau glue. I've got my photos all lined up there, and I've just pulled out some embellishments from that Not Just for Boys kit that I'm just using around my photo. So I'm just going to embellish this fairly lightly. I just wanted the photos and the cut file to really shine on this layout, so I didn't want to go kind of overkill with all the embellishments. I just wanted to enhance it. So I just wanted to grunge up the outside. I may do some more stamping yet to grunge it up just a bit more. I need to cut off the bottom piece. That bottom branding strip needs cut off. I did add some washi tape that was just laying on my desk here from a fall collection that I have. And then my baby girl's here kind of stealing my stuff as usual at the bottom of my frame. But that's pretty much a typical day around here. She's always stealing my stuff. I have a lot of clothes storage in my room because she's always into everything. And sometimes I look down and I find her into my twine bin, even though it's a closed snap bin. She now has figured out how to unsnap it. And she pulls all my twine, my baker's twine, and all of that out, and then just kind of gets it all over herself like little necklaces and jewelry. And she just has a absolute ball playing in it. But for me, it kind of creates a little bit of a mess. But you know what? I should enjoy these days because someday all my kids are going to be grown up and I will miss having all of those little messes to clean up. So I'm just going to continue embellishing this. I'm going to pop some of these little hexagons up with some 3D foam squares. Then I'm just going to glue the other ones down flat. And I've got some of these cute little round stickers here. Well, not stickers, but embellishments from the die cut pack. And then I'm going to add some splatters. So this didn't actually go as planned. I added some black splatters. This is, I don't even know. I think it's a Vibes from Shimmers maybe. Or it could have been my Heidi Swap Color Shine. Who knows at this point. But this white one was actually a Shimmers paint as well. And you can see it. It disappears. It's completely gone. So when it dried, it is gone. I think it was a pearled one. And I don't think it has any pigment to it. I think it's just shimmer. So it just completely disappeared when I put it on there. So I got out my trusty white acrylic paint that's literally, I don't know, like $2 at Walmart. And I just watered some of that down with my paintbrush and water. And I'm coming in here adding some more paint because I got it a little bit too thin with too much water. And then I'm just flicking that on with my paintbrush. I wanted some black and white splatters. That's what I was going for to grunge it up just a little bit more. So I've got that added on there, and now it's the way that I like it and the way that I wanted it to look. So that's all good to go. I'm going to move that cup out of the way, and I've got some flair here from Peartree that I'm going to be using as well, just to add a little bit more texture to this layout. So I'm going to pop one of these on there using some glue dots and some thread in behind there. I like to put what I call a glue dot sandwich. So I put one glue dot on the flare itself and then my thread and then another glue dot to actually secure it to the layout itself. Oop, I just bumped my camera, or my baby girl might have pulled my cord. I have my phone charging on my camera stand, so sometimes she comes over and yanks my cord. And sometimes I bump it whenever I do my thread too. That's something that happens a lot. So I've got those on there. I used a couple of them on this layout, and then I thought my little cut file was missing something. So I'm just going to do a little bit of light doodling on my letters, and I decided to do it on all of the letters because I really liked the way that it looked after I did the wild letters. So I ended up going back in and doing the life as well. But this one says, life is a wild ride. And this is so accurate for my little guy because he is totally wild. They usually say that your second born is your wild child. And I swear it's my firstborn because he is just wild and crazy. But we love him and he just brightens up our days. I've got my date stamp here. This is the Project Life date stamp by Becky Higgins. I just stamped it quick on a label from, I think that's actually from the 49 and Market pack of die cuts from the August Not Just for Boys kit. And then I've grabbed this little stamp set that has these cute little numbers on it. And I'm just going to add these around the border as well. I love these little numbers. I wanted it to look really super grungy. So I love this extra little pop of something around the edges. And then I'm actually going to go back in with just this ink pad and just run it along all of my edges too, just to give the edge a solid black line. So here's where I'm doing that. So I just kind of scuff it around the edge just to define it a little bit more and just kind of make it look like a shadowy effect. It's been a while since I've done that actually. So I think that's pretty much it on this layout. It's a pretty quick one. It didn't take too long to complete and I really like how it turned out. I'm going to go ahead and stick this label down in there with some Nuvo glue. And I think that's it. Here's the finished layout. I love how this one turned out. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will link the pair description down below in case you want to grab that from the Peartree Cutfiles shop. And I'll link everything else below that I've used as well. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit the like button if you enjoyed this video. Thanks so much for watching and I hope you have a great day. Bye-bye.